Hi there. I am Peggy and this is Custom Art. And tonight we are painting sunflowers. So I have a red porch liner here. I already have it drawn on here. I have 3 of them that I'm going to be painting. I'm going to wait just a minute here. I got to find myself for comments. Here we are. If you're on here, come and say hi. I'm just going to pin this to my Facebook page, so bear with me a minute. This is a 10 by 48 inch porch liner, and it is stained barn red. There we go. So I'm going to start out with the colors. I have a white, and then this is school bus yellow. The orange I have is just pure orange, and then this is a pumpkin with the pure orange, and then we have earth brown and black. So I'm going to start by just kind of mixing these. I'm going to do like a primer on the wood first. Let's get this moved. So I'm going to just do a really rough paint job to begin with. This helps your second layer. It'll brighten it up. When you have the raw wood, it does soak in a lot. So doing a primer layer is always a good idea. And if you do white or a lighter color, it just brightens it up. These are in my shop, and I don't have the link posted, but after the live, I will post it. I paint these on a black stain board. I do the red and I do a light brown. So there is one color. So for the middle here, I use a really rough brush. This one has been used many times, and you can see the paint is all in here. It don't even close. But that kind of is the best for the middle of a sunflower because there's so many ridges and edges. So that's one. And all I'm going to do is prime them and then go back to the very first one. And I probably should have primed 1 or 2 of them before. A little lighter. So normally I am live a few times on Facebook, but I'm going to try and do at least 2 days on YouTube here. I did move some of the Facebook Lives over to the YouTube channel. And if there's something you want to see, you can leave it in the comments. I'd be happy to either find one of my lives that I've done it already or do another live. I do wreaths and I do a lot of hand painting. I'm going to move this up a little bit here. I don't know if I can, oh, can't see that one. Let me just push it forward here. So you can see the last one. It's kind of hard for me to see a little bit. Let me move my light a little bit on the other side so I can push it forward. Sometimes I forget how long these are. These first petals don't have to look exactly like what they're supposed to. And I try to make them a little bit smaller so that when I come back, I kind of go over the edge. All right, so now I'm going to go back up to the first one. Back. All right. So now I'm going to get in with the orange, and the smaller ones have orange in them. So I'm just going to do a basic here. Add a little yellow in with it, but mainly the orange. This one. I want, it's going to have streaking, and I want the streaking in there. So now I'm going back and I'm going to get my yellow, and I hardly ever wash the paintbrush out. Maybe if I do a couple of them in a row, I might, but some flowers have those edges and different shadings. So now on this one, you want it, if I do the edges, and I'm going to get a little brown in my middle here so I can bring it up into it. You don't have to worry about this edge too much because we're going to come back and do that center, and that center will cover it. You know, so I'm like pulling that brown up in there, and if you want a little more brown, you can add some to your brush. So now that the flower is done, I'm going to dip the really hard bristle brush into my black, and I'm going to pounce it. And I'm going to cover that edge. Don't worry about the white. We're going to cover that up too. And then I'm going to go into my brown. And if you ever notice on a sunflower, they sometimes have a little bit of that yellow, they have a little bit of the orange. So I'm going to dip a little bit into the yellow and orange. And then I'm going to hit it on the edge there. And there is our first sunflower. So now let's get on to the second one. And we're going to go back and do the same thing. We're going to hit the oranges, a little bit of yellow in there. And just because you put the line right there doesn't mean you have to put it right there, the color over. That was just the primer. And I always try to do the swerve. We don't want straight lines. Now I'm going to get my brown in the middle. I forgot to put it on there before. Once again, it does not have to be perfect because we're going to go back. I'm trying to pull up some of that brown, but it's not wet enough. So I'm going to add almost like a lot. I'm adding a lot of brown to the middle so that it will kind of like bleed into the rest of it. There's a little bit too much brown in there. That is okay. Even if there's too much in there, clean the edge up. A little bit of more white in there. And I'm going to leave it because once it dries a little bit, I can always come back and touch it up. And there's the brown. It's important to cover up those side lines from that middle petal though. And then for the left there, brown in there. Same concept. Let's get it in the orange. Yellow on that one. Now I'm going back into the white and yellow. And it's kind of like just making a teardrop. Just without the rounded end. And this one I think I'm going to go a little bit larger here. Add a little more white there, make the edge. A little bit of brown up into there. Get a little more orange in here. And then grab a little bit of white. There. So now, same thing. Oops. Now we got a boo-boo in here. Not a problem though. There. Boy, I'm getting paint all over here. That is all right. Got a baby wipe here. When it dries, I'll get the little fuzzies off of it. I'm gonna get the edge here. And there's orange in here already, which is just fine. Get that brown in there. A little more orange. There. So there are the sunflowers on the red. A little bit here too. We gotta clean up a little bit. But there it is. Now this has got to sit overnight to dry. And then I will put a welcome down here. And then it gets clear coat. And then it'll be ready to ship. I am going to paint one more. So there will be some in my Etsy shop. And I'll leave the link in the descriptions. But thank you for coming. I hope you like this project. Have a good night. And I will probably be back on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to try for Monday and Wednesdays on YouTube here. Thank you.